Okay, question of the day. $5,000, would you punch Brock Lesnar in the face? And yes, there is a couple rules, just 2 of them. If he does any damage to you, he does not have to pay for the hospital bills. 2, you cannot explain why you hit him. You just gotta do it. And yeah, anybody wondering like, can I run? Can I do this? Can I do that? You can do whatever you gotta do, but you just gotta punch Brock Lesnar in the face without any reason. Because chances are that if you're close enough to Brock where you could punch him in the face, you're gonna be close enough where he can grab you. I always like to ask myself these questions. Would I do that? No. No, I have seen this man in person before. I know what Brock Lesnar looks like in person. There is no shot I would punch him for anything under $100,000. And even then, I would probably still have to heavily consider it. Go look up on YouTube Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir highlights. That is why I will not punch him. Okay, on to the video. Alright, what is up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is Wednesday, everything is going according to plan, therefore on Wednesdays I like to do all about anything videos. For those unfamiliar with all about anything, I just talk about a list of whatever the hell I want to talk about. Could be about sports, movies, video games, food, it could be a bunch of different things. This video, much like last video, we kinda stay on the topic of sports. Which is fine, I have no issue with that. As long as I have things to talk about, I'm good. And one quick thing before we hop into the video guys, head over to gfuel.com and use code WyattzWorld to save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products. Okay, so I like to start off these videos by talking about the sports that I'm kind of least familiar with versus the ones that I'm more familiar with. So we're going to go into the NBA, and the first thing on the NBA I'd like to discuss today is the playoff bracket because it looks a little bit different than the last time we saw each other. Okay, so the NBA playoffs right now only have 7 remaining teams. The Suns swept the Nuggets. Thankfully, I'm cheering for the Suns, not because I'm a Suns fan, that's just the team I'm supporting during the finals. So then, the remaining playoff bracket is 2 series that are tied up 2-2, and then we have a 3-2 series. The 3-2 series is the Nets being up on the Bucks, we got the Jazz and the Clippers, and then we got the Hawks and the 76ers. Okay, I think Brooklyn's gonna take care of the Bucks. Pretty sure the 76ers will end up taking over Atlanta. But it's the Clippers in Utah that I'm a little bit on... The Jazz finished with the best record in the NBA this year, at least I think. I could be wrong on that. They had a really good record this year. But then they're facing the Clippers, who is, you know, Kawhi, Paul George, I think Boogie is still on that team. Patrick Beverly, I think is his name, he's on that team. Like, they got a good team too. I don't like to root against the Nets because I do like Kyrie, but I would love for them to get bounced too. That would give us a finals without LeBron, without Steph, and without KD. Now that is a completely new world, man. Anyway, we're going to go into our next topic, which is Kevin Durant. This is all Kevin Durant heard, I think, after Sunday's game. The game where he didn't score a single point in the 4th quarter and everybody was talking shit about him. Everyone was saying LeBron would never let that happen. Everyone was saying, you know, KD can't do what LeBron can. He can't win by himself. He needs all this help. And you know what Kevin Durant went out and did last night? He threw up a 49-point triple-double and single-handedly just beat the Bucks. Look, I'm not going to go into the discussion of who is better between KD and LeBron or whoever the best in the league is. I don't really care. But to anybody who is calling Kevin Durant a fraud after Game 4 and then watched him in Game 5, you guys are fucking idiots. Thankfully, I don't have the personal passion with basketball, at least yet, to where I actually feel emotionally invested to it. But there is like wars and shit breaking out on social media right now, defending LeBron, defending KD, calling KD a snake. I'm speaking for both LeBron and Kevin Durant here. The world will never like them. Hit this desk one more fucking time. But the world is never going to like them. There's always going to be a 50-50 split. People who love Kevin Durant, people who hate him. People who love LeBron James, people who hate him. When a player is that good and is proven as much as they have, if they go out and have one bad game and you call them a joke or a fraud, you look like an idiot when you post it, and you're gonna look like an idiot the following game because you know that guys like that never ever fall twice. Kevin Durant is a beast. And last on the NBA, I just want to discuss the Minnesota Timberwolves because I don't know if we're going to be able to call them that for much longer. For those who don't know, Alex Rodriguez, baseball player, should be a Hall of Famer, won't be because he used steroids. Anyway, he bought the Minnesota Timberwolves. A-Rod bought the team. Glenn Taylor said, hey, I'll sell it to you, but there's like one stipulation. You cannot relocate this team because it's in the contract. No matter how much they want, it's in writing. The Timberwolves must stay in Minnesota. Okay, well, Alex Rodriguez and whoever his partner was purchased the Minnesota Timberwolves Timberwolves, well then it was revealed that that's not the case at all. There was no set in writing, there was no agreement saying that they had to stay in Minnesota. Glenn Taylor's a scumbag, Alex Rodriguez now has every single right to pick up our team and move it. That's not what I want. When Alex Rodriguez came to Minnesota and purchased the Timberwolves, I was fucking excited. Excited for what? They're gonna just take our team away now. But since I'm a loyal fan, I guess I'll just support the Timberwolves wherever they go and continue to hate my life. Alright, off of the NBA and moving on to the MLB. So, one of my favorite things to talk about in the MLB right now is Trevor Bauer. I've said this on Twitch, I've said this for months now, that man is the stone cold Steve Austin of the WWF. Like Robert Manfred is Vince McMahon, Trevor Bauer is stone cold. Trevor Bauer knows that Manfred is a joke. He is the worst commissioner. I side with him there. He is awful. But Bauer knows it. He doesn't take his shit, and he is not scared of him. For those of you who are unaware, the MLB has a constant issue with cheating. There's people with pine tar on their necks, on their hats, on their gloves. Hell, I heard that the Astros are even using vibrating anal beads now to guess pitches. Okay, so basically what happened with Trevor Bauer is that last year, Robert Manfred just said, I'm not doing shit about people who are cheating. I'm not gonna do anything. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the World Series trophy. He called it a hunk of metal. Doesn't care if people cheat. People are getting caught with pine tar left and right and sticky substances. He looks the other way. Trevor Bauer literally said, you're not going to do anything about this. I'm going to go make a substance of my own and I'm going to win a Cy Young. And what did Trevor Bauer do? He made a substance of his own, won the Cy Young a year later. And now, any player who is caught cheating will get a 10-game suspension. But what's even better about it is that Trevor Bauer is lobbying for him to suspend his spider tack. He doesn't even want that in the league anymore. Trevor Bauer put a tweet to Robert Manfred the other day. He was holding the baseball in his hand with his hand like this, and the baseball was sticking to it. And he was literally looking at the camera going, no, is this okay? Like, you want me to keep doing this? And he was shaking his hand and the baseball wasn't coming off, and he was just laughing, saying, this isn't a problem, this isn't cheating. Like, you thought Roger Goodell was bad in the NFL? No, we have the biggest piece of shit in the MLB in Robert Manfred. Trevor Bauer is calling his ass out every single day. Good for you. Keep it up. And the last little topic of the MLB that I wanted to talk about today is who in the hell is the AL MVP? Got Vladimir Guerrero Jr., over 50 RBIs, over 20 home runs, and he's batting like a 350. And then we've got Shohei Ohtani over on the Angels. 46 RBIs, 18 home runs, batting 267. Like, he's definitely an above average hitter, but like, he's not putting up the greatest hitting numbers, right? So forgetting that Ohtani is also a pitcher who is carrying a 2.85 ERA through 47 innings pitched in nearly 70 strikeouts. That is out-fucking-rageous. So we've got probably the best hitter in baseball at this current moment versus a guy who is probably a top 20 hitter right now and a top 10 pitcher. Okay, what the fuck? To see a guy come into the league and take two positions and be elite at both of them at the same exact time, man, I would probably go with Shohei. At this moment, he's my MVP. I love Vladdy, but I can't go against him. All right, and next topic of this list is the NFL. First off, let's talk about the contract situation. Let's talk about the contract holdouts. Right now, I think we got Gilmore, who's upset with where he is. Xavier Howard's holding out because he now wants more money. Jamal Adams, that doesn't surprise anybody. But we've got the usual, preseason approaching contract holdout situation. I don't understand it. And Xavier Howard, I think right now, he is the biggest bitch in the NFL. 2 years ago, that guy signed a huge contract, which I think made him the highest paid corner in the league at the time. Now, obviously, Jalen Ramsey, Byron Jones, I think, is getting paid more than him. There's like 5 other corners who are getting paid more than him. And now Howard's going to hold out because he's not the highest paid. Bro, you're already getting $15 million a year. What the fuck does it matter? This is going to be the same issue that happens in the NFL for eternity. It's never, ever going to end. It's not about who's the best. It's not about where you want to play. It's about who gets paid the most. Do certain athletes deserve to get paid? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they definitely do. Jalen Ramsey deserves every penny he's getting. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting $33 million a year. He deserves a lot more than he's getting. Athletes deserve to get paid, but when you already get paid once and you're just going to hold out because you want to get paid more, fuck you. Give me someone from the practice squad. People are scratching and clawing at the opportunity to play in this league, and you're not going to play because you're not the highest paid anymore. Plus, if you're Howard, what are you holding out for? You're going to get your ass kicked by not only Buffalo, but New England twice this year, too. All right, next topic on the NFL. I'll be right back. Okay. So this jersey right here, you see it? The Aaron Rodgers jersey? With or without him in the NFC North? It doesn't matter. With Aaron Rodgers or without him, the Packers will not win the North this year. I went from thinking that the Vikings had a shot to win the North to it's a goddamn guarantee they win the North. Oh, Wyatt, you're biased. You live in Minnesota. No, I'm not biased. I'm just not delusional. The Vikings went 7-9 last year. Their defense put up the same amount of yards their offense did. That's terrible. 6,300 yards or something like that. They beefed up their offensive line. And adding to their defense who they did not have or who was injured last season, Danielle Hunter, Michael Pierce, Delvin Tomlinson, Sheldon Richardson, Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, Xavier Woods, Patrick Peterson, Brashad Breeland, Cam Dantzler was out. Do people seriously not understand how good that defense is going to be? And to any Green Bay fans out there, you guys got your asses beat by the Vikings last year. How in the hell are you supposed to beat them twice this year? Good luck running on the Vikings this year. Anybody, good luck running on them. That's all I have to say. The only thing that Green Bay has that is significantly better than Minnesota is its quarterback. I love Aaron Rodgers. Don't really care for the Packers. Either way, Green Bay, you're fucked. All right, and the next thing we're going to go over on here is one of the most common questions I get, and that is, where do I buy my jerseys? And yeah, I'm just going to show you guys because it's not really easy to explain. Okay, so this is the website I use when I buy 90% of my football jerseys. The website is called dhgate.com. That's literally it. And all you need to do when you get on this website is type in the player you want. Now, who's a player I really, really want? Antonio Gibson. I would love his jersey. So we'll type in Antonio Gibson, hit enter. And now you start to get all the different vendors that you can buy shit from. We'll click on this one because this one says $16 to $19 a piece. One piece is one jersey, so it's about 20 bucks a jersey. So that's gonna bring you guys to this screen then. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be paying $19.90 for this one jersey if I decide to buy it. I probably will because I actually do really want this jersey. But what you need to do then is they have color options. You got home, you got away, you got weird fucking alternative ones. From then on, you can select your size. I'm a medium. And now, this is the very, very, very important part. Select your option. This is the player. You hit your option and it's gonna bring up a list of pretty much any player you'd want. And any player that you can't get, you can just do a custom name number. Obviously, they have Antonio Gibson here. I'm just gonna hit him. It's gonna cost $7 for shipping, and there's the grand total, $26.79 for an Antonio Gibson jersey. But I'm warning you right now, it's gonna take you anywhere between 3 weeks to 10 weeks to get your jersey. You never know. I've had it as quick as 3 weeks, and I've waited well over 3 months. To be fair, the 3 months I had to wait though, that was during COVID and the entire world was shut down. Normally, I'd say they're about a 6-week delivery. All right, guys, and now it is time for my final segment of the day. Anybody who watches All About Anythings would know that I like to end these videos by doing fun little different games or top 5 or just something a little bit fun. So today we're going to be talking about contracts. I have a list of 5 NFL contracts that I think are just absolutely fucking ridiculous. So starting off this list, we have Jared Goff. Anybody want to guess how much he's making? 4 years, $134 million. Why is Jared Goff getting $33 million a year? Oh, I know, it's because he went to 1 Super Bowl and hasn't come close since. But that's one of those things you look at now, especially if you're like Detroit. It's like, what the hell? That's insanity. Up next is Brandon Cooks. Yeah, Brandon Cooks. This isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying he's overpaid. I'm not saying he's underpaid. It's just very surprising to me. Brandon Cooks is on a 5-year deal for $81 million, making his annual salary $16 million. And for anybody that doesn't understand how much that is, Brandon Cooks is getting paid more than Stephon Diggs. But like, that's just so weird to me. Like, it's just so weird to me that a guy who bounces around on teams as much as he does, a guy who is on and off the injury chart as much as he is, somehow, some way got a contract that is just really, really good. Like, good for him. Up next, we've got Dak Prescott. Now, I know this is a recent signing, but Dak Prescott's getting paid 4 years, $160 million. That's $40 million a year. Hello? Anybody want to answer that for me? Why is he getting Patrick Mahomes money? In 5 seasons, he has surpassed the 4,000 yard mark 1 time, and he has only won 1 playoff game. And he's getting $40 million a year. I would have paid him $33 million. That would have probably been my cap with Dak. And I know he was on pace to have an excellent season last year, but he didn't. And he got hurt, and it was a bad injury. So now you just paid a man so much money who we don't really know if he's going to come back to full strength, nor has he done anything to prove that he's worth the value you paid him. I love you, Jerry Jones. You're great. Next on this list, we have Amari Cooper. 5 years, $100 million, $20 million a year. That's high. It's definitely high, but I wouldn't be as upset about it, except the fact that Amari Cooper is getting paid more than the following players. Okay, I know I hate him, but Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, George Kittle. You're paying Amari Cooper more than those guys? Are you insane? And I know when contracts are signed, nobody can predict the future, but that's just a shitty deal. You look at a guy like Amari Cooper, who's good, but he is in no way an asset to that offense in the way that Stephon Diggs, George Kittle, or Mike Evans is. Or Michael Thomas. But Amari Cooper is going to get paid. And every single time Amari Cooper faces a cornerback who's even a little bit good, Amari Cooper is going to get his ass burnt. Jerry Jones, you're a stud. And last on this list is Matt Ryan. 5 years, $150 million, $30 million a year. And they just traded one of the best receivers in the league. The restructure on Matt Ryan's contract was just absolutely pointless after that trade. And how much he's getting paid is going to be ludicrous for how far they make it over the next couple years. Matt Ryan's fine. He's a good quarterback. He throws a lot of yards. He throws a lot of picks. Okay, you had to get rid of Julio Jones because you couldn't afford to sign your rookies? Just think, Atlanta, you're paying a man $30 million to go 5-12 for the next 3 seasons as you guys sit there and weep about it. And it's not necessarily Matt's fault, just the team isn't there. That contract's a lot of money to be given to a guy who's not going to be winning anything in the near future. Then that's 5 contracts that I just think are outrageous. Alright guys, and that is going to be all for this episode of All About Anything. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification, guys. I post every single day. Not quite sure what I want to do tomorrow, so if you guys want to drop some video suggestions down there, I'll make sure to take a gander at some point tonight. Also, for anybody who's sending me things in the P.O. box, guys, I appreciate all the love I'm getting. I will make sure to open all the packages I have currently on Friday. With all of that being said, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.